Rumor has it that the SEC is reconsidering how it handles civil cases involving cryptocurrencies. Some believe the outcome of the current XRP case may have an impact on future proceedings, given the SEC's recent changes in approach to other legal concerns, including those involving Coinbase. James Murphy, a legal commentator, predicted that the SEC will modify its defense tactics in response to the court's ruling. Murphy emphasizes that preparing a strong defense could take several months if the case is brought up by the Second Circuit. The Ripple lawsuit is still being followed very carefully at this point. Jeremy Hogan, an attorney and proponent of XRP, said Ripple plans to file its appeals petition by mid-April, and a new designation has been added to the submission on the Supreme Court's website. There might be further developments in the lawsuit soon. The SEC's changing approach may lead to new outcomes in ongoing cases, which might have an impact on how future Bitcoin lawsuits unfold. Is it the case of Ripple? The selection of a new SEC chairperson has the potential to significantly change legal procedures. The uncertainty surrounding the SEC's leadership may cause the decision-making procedures to be delayed. People are keeping a careful eye on these happenings by market observers, since they would indicate a shift in the SEC's law strategy following the selection of a new chairperson. At a hearing on claims that U.S. government agencies compelled financial transactions, industry participants are excitedly awaiting the opportunities and difficulties that this shifting environment will present to crypto instances like XRP. Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts made no reference to cryptocurrencies, instead urging institutions to stop or terminate services for digital asset firms. Senator Warren of Massachusetts, the ranking senator, highlighted in her opening remarks the number of complaints that have been made against people who claim to be banking because of their prior incarceration. During a Senate Banking Committee hearing on February 5th, she discussed Muslim, American ethnicity, or involvement in the cannabis industry with Aaron Klein of the Brookings Institution and Nathan McCauley of Anchorage Digital. They discussed their individual experiences and how the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, SEFPB, could stop unjust debanking. Warren said, "I don't think for a second that you should be, perhaps referring to Anchorage," he went on, to say it's wrong if banks are implementing policies that routinely debank people due to their beliefs or other illegitimate reasons. We must put an end to it. In his written testimony, McCauley mostly cited his own experiences and anecdotes as evidence that U.S. government officials were involved in a concerted effort to debank cryptocurrency companies, commonly known as Operation Choke Point 2. He claims that prior to the committee, he had conversations with hundreds of cryptocurrency executives who felt forced by authorities to stop providing services to the sector. This implies that he has either professional or personal debanking experience. McCauley responded to Warren's inquiries by saying he didn't think it was useful to determine which banks refused to offer services to Anchorage followers. The Massachusetts senator questioned whether regulators should keep a database of debanking allegations and the appeals process following McCauley's account denials. When the Anchorage CEO mentioned cryptocurrency, the senator switched slightly to ask about other debanking problems. Warren criticized Republican senators and committee chair Tim Scott for questioning witnesses about claims that the Securities and Exchange Commission and the FDIC had used their authority to request that banks temporarily halt or discontinue services to cryptocurrency companies. Documents revealing that the FDIC advised certain financial institutions to suspend cryptocurrency banking operations were made public in June 2024 as a consequence of a lawsuit brought by Coinbase. In written testimony for the hearing, Mike Ring, president, CEO, and co-founder of Old Glory Bank, said that the FDIC and SEC had been working for almost 3 years to limit banks' capacity to provide demand deposit services and to forbid banks from serving as custodians of Bitcoin. Consequently, banks were unable to act as entry points for reputable cryptocurrency businesses. The House Financial Services Committee has scheduled a similar hearing on the debanking claims for February 6th. It is expected that Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, and Fred Thiel, the CEO of the cryptocurrency mining business Mara, will testify. Previously working in the law department, Jorge Tanrero is currently the Sextop crypto hitman. He currently works in the agency's IT department, where he performs tasks including server maintenance and software updates. Its desperate attempts to seek a deal with the exact cryptocurrency companies it had been battling for years coincided with the transfer last week. Tanrero started some of the SEC's most well-known litigation battles, including ones that would have decided how much the agency could control the cryptocurrency industry. Months of political pressure from Bitcoin supporters caused Tanrero to go. The White House is entirely in support of this, as Trump ordered former Chairman Gary Gensler to retire on January 20th. The commission is now under Republican leadership. Although it's obvious, they didn't explain why they took Tanrero out of the crypto lawsuit. Cryptocurrency exchanges such as Binance and Coinbase invested millions in political action committees to elect lawmakers who understand the industry, or at least won't sue it to death. Trump's executive order last month called for a new regulatory framework that is more conducive to cryptocurrency, and the SEC is changing with Mark Aida taking over as interim chairman. The work committee is led by Aida, who reportedly declared yesterday that a new task group was formed to rethink the commission's stance on cryptocurrencies, according to Cryptopolitan. During the first Trump administration, Tanrero was at the vanguard of the SEC's crackdown on the ICO boom. Under then-Chairman Jay Clayton, Tanrero was in charge of making sure that cryptocurrency companies paid the price for Clayton's choice to designate the majority of cryptocurrencies as securities. He had a significant win in September 2024 when the SEC reached a settlement with Mango Markets. The decentralized trading platform raised $70 million through the sale of unregistered tokens. Tanrero asserts that the initiative is not exempt from security rules only because it is a DAO. Following a lengthy legal struggle, Mango consented to delist from exchanges, destroyed all of its MNGO tokens, and paid a $700,000 fine. Mango filed for bankruptcy in January 2025 as a result of significant legal and financial difficulties. Nevertheless, this was not always the case. Tanrero's team filed an appeal against Ripple Labs in October 2024 after Judge Annalisa Torres ruled that XRP token sales on exchanges did not qualify as investment contracts. Christian Larson and Brad Garlinghouse, two executives at Ripple, could rejoice. Tanrero's petition, which